Most people say that they want a better life, but they don't want to manage themselves well enough to actually earn it. And as we're stepping into the new year, I identify that they want clarity without discipline, confidence without consistency, and fulfillment without responsibility. Does that ring a bell? I know it might sting a little bit. And that's just not how life works. If your life feels chaotic, overwhelming, or unfulfilling, it's not because you're broken. It's not because you don't have what it takes. It's because you haven't mastered self-management. And self-management is emotional intelligence at its highest level, one of the core principles that we teach here at Rise Up For You. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rise Up For You TV. My name is Lena Nasserdeen, the CEO and the founder here at Rise Up For You. And we work with leaders, executives, organizations, and entrepreneurs around the world, helping them master the skills that we never get taught, the soft skills that actually drive performance, influence, fulfillment, and long-term success. Because talent gets you in the room, but emotional intelligence is what keeps you there. And you've probably heard that before. So today we're breaking down pillar number 2 of emotional intelligence, self-management, the skill that determines whether or not your potential turns into results or stays untapped. And this is the difference between self-awareness, being aware of what you need to do, and self-management, which is actually executing and taking action for. So most people really misunderstand emotional intelligence. They think it's about being nice, being calm. They think it's just about being emotional or identifying your emotions. But that's really just one small piece of what emotional intelligence is. It's not just that. Emotional intelligence is about control within, the power that you have within, learning how to capitalize on that, how to maximize that, and how to become optimal. Control over your reactions, control over your habits, control over your decisions, control over your standards. And I get it, it's not easy. That's why less than 8% of individuals around the world actually accomplish their goals. So pillar number 2, self-management, is where most people fall off. It's where most people fail, because knowing better does not equate to actually doing better. You don't get the life that you want, you get the life that you actually manage. I've coached thousands of high-performing professionals, people who look successful on paper, titles, income, recognition, you name it. But behind closed doors, they say the same thing. I feel scattered, I feel disconnected, I'm busy, I'm not fulfilled, and I don't actually love the life that I've built. Can you resonate with that? Well, if you can, you are not alone. That's not a motivation problem though. That's a self-management problem. Especially in today's world, there are so many things that are right here at your fingertips. It's not a matter of knowing anymore, but simply a matter of doing, which is where emotional intelligence, self-management comes in. So today, as we step into the new year, a new chapter, I want to break down the 6 pillars to success. At Rise Up For You, we teach that a fulfilling life, it requires intentional management across these 6 pillars. These 6 pillars actually make or break how you feel on a day-to-day basis. In fact, research shows that the 6 pillars I'm about to share with you highly impact every aspect of your life. It's like a domino effect. If one of them is falling, they all start to tumble down. We're not looking for perfection here, but we are looking for consistency. So let's start with the first pillar, self-worth. How you speak to yourself, what you tolerate, what you believe you deserve. So the big question is, what's happening up here? What's happening with your belief system? Are you your number one cheerleader, or are you constantly putting yourself down, negating yourself, and basically beating yourself up mentally? Pillar number 2, career. How you use your talents, whether your work energizes you or drains you. One of the things that I love about Rise Up For You is that when I wake up in the morning, I feel called to do what I want to do. In fact, to tell you the truth, if you're a business owner, you can probably connect with this. Running a business is really hard. It's not glory all the time. It's not, bells and whistles. There's a lot of challenges. There's having to fire people. There's missed payroll. There's lots of things, missing the client that you really wanted. But when you love what you do, all of those challenges feel really, really small, and fulfillment always comes into play. Pillar number 3, romance. So this is the category, honestly, that often goes overlooked, especially when it comes to executives. That tends to be one of the first things that goes out the window. Not spending enough time with your spouse, with your partner, even dating if you're not married yet. Pillar number 4, health and fitness. I always say that your wealth is determined by your health. And you might have heard this before, but so many people spend their entire life building wealth, and then by the time they're ready to retire or slow down, their health is completely shot, and they have to spend all their money and time rebuilding it. Pillar number 5 are relationships, and and not the romantic ones, but the ones that are in your community, relationships with your family. How are you with people? Do you have a lot of drama? Do you have a lot of gossip in your life? Or do you have a tribe of people that lift you up, that help you move forward? And lastly, is money. Money, it's not just about being a billionaire or a millionaire, but do you feel financially free? Do you have peace, or are you constantly stressing over money on a day-to-day basis? I want you to think about these 6 pillars. Again, most people, it's not that they're overwhelmed, they're misaligned. They say yes to things that don't matter. They avoid the conversations they need to have. They neglect the areas of life that don't scream the loudest until everything breaks. That's not bad luck. That's unmanaged emotional intelligence. And if you want to get to a life of fulfillment, of happiness, I always like to say a life where you can completely have it all, then we have to learn how to manage our actions and execute in a way that's going to serve us. So let me ask you something directly. Which area, think about it again, of your life are you avoiding managing right now? Is it your health, your relationships, your finances, your self-worth, your career, your romantic life? Avoidance feels easy short term, but it compounds into dissatisfaction over and over the longer that you wait. I get it. Discipline feels uncomfortable short term, but it compounds into freedom. Self-management is choosing growth over comfort. So I want you to sit with that for just a minute as we step into this new chapter and as we step into this new year. You don't need another inspirational quote. You don't need more information. You need standards, you need a sense of achievement, and you need self-management that's going to help you execute. Standards for how you treat yourself, and standards for how you spend your time, and standards for the life you are building. Emotional intelligence is not soft. It's actually a really difficult skill, and it's quite strategic. And self-management is the difference between people who admire success and people who actually build it and sustain it. This is how you build a life you don't need to escape from. Thanks for joining. Again, my name is Lena Nasserdeen. I'm the CEO and founder of Rise Up For You. And remember, we are here for you. If anything in this video resonated with you or called to you, please don't forget to share and click the link below. We have a 6 Pillars to Success quiz. The pillars I just broke down for you. You can quickly take a quiz. It'll whip out a score for you, kind of tell you where you are in life. It's completely complimentary to you. I'll see you next time. Emotional intelligence is often the difference between good and exceptional performance. When individuals develop emotional intelligence, they communicate more effectively, handle stress with greater ease, and build stronger relationships, both personally and professionally. And for organizations, the payoff is clear. Higher retention, healthier team dynamics, and leaders who know how to inspire and influence rather than just instruct. Studies show companies that prioritize EQ, emotional intelligence, consistently outperform those that don't, because people who feel valued, understood, contribute more, stay longer, and lead better. Here at Rise Up For You, we love working with professionals and teams with the emotional intelligence skills that create both personal growth and organizational success. We'd love to connect with you, learn more about your goals, and share how we are helping companies around the world enhance their culture, their engagement, and their performance through learning the emotional intelligence skills. If this sounds like something of interest to you, book your call with our team, completely complimentary. Bring your goals and let's share with you how we can make the greatest difference possible together as partners.